I'm not gonna lie, like Grace, oh my gosh, every time I think about Grace, I'd be like, man, I don't know where I would be or who I would be without learning that concept, because I'd be hard on me.
Hello guys.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Well,
This is now episode 2
Welcome to episode 2.
of the Simple Tense podcast.
If she don't
Right.
stop,
We're your hosts.
make her stop.
Please. I beg.
Okay,
No.
not I beg. Let me lock in. Hello, everybody. What is up? I am Geraldine,
I'm Ayonna.
And I'm Cindy.
and this is the
Simple Tense Podcast.
We're still working out the kinks of the intro, but
Yeah.
nonetheless, you girls are here. We're back. What are we doing today, Cindy?
This is episode 2, and it's about Ayonna, and we are focusing on her and who she is as an individual.
I like that.
How do you feel about
Excited?
being in the hot seat?
Basically, you know, whatever.
Okay, I'll start with the first one. So, welcome to your episode.
Hey.
Hey. Describe yourself in 3 words.
I don't have like any fancy words, but I would say, sensitive, which, you know, connotations, it could be good, it could be bad, it could be, you know, a lot, but it's been harmful in my sight for a long time, but I'm realizing I can use it as a tool. It can help me care. So sensitive would be number 1. Number 2, I would say, creative. I try to, you know, like the basic stuff, like I love music, singing, poetry, whatever, but also just trying to find different avenues to make something work, whether it's a bond with somebody, whether it's at work, nursing, you have to figure out how to navigate. If you ain't got no supplies, you still got to save lives, so figure it out. And then, so sensitive, creative, and I would say, Jesus. Okay. Sensitive, creative, loving soul. Like, I don't want that one. Like, I like it, but I don't want that. I guess gathering. That's not the word I'm looking for, but y'all can find it for me. But like, I like people together. I like to align people with someone else who will love them if I have the opportunity to. I like people together and feeling loved and loving each other.
So kind of like building community.
Yeah, like I love that. So however to put that into one word, that's what I live for. So yeah, that's my 3 words.
So the first one, you said that you're sensitive, and sometimes your sensitivity can, you used to see it as a negative trait about yourself, but now you're realizing that you like can flip it and reverse it.
Mm-hmm.
So what did that look like, and what does sensitivity look like right now for you?
So before, even sometimes now, I ain't even gonna lie, I be relapsing. Lord help me. But sensitivity was way more reactive, and like a lot more times being triggered was how I showed I was sensitive. So taking things so personally to where like I can't respond in a healthy way, or just so sensitive that like, I don't know, I just can't function. So like if I used to feel guilty about something, I'm like hating myself, and it's like, girl, it's okay, relax. But now my sensitive is more like, if I see someone in need, I literally hear God being like, you might be the only person to help them today. Because it's like, you don't know how many people drive past somebody who's asking for, you know, money, food, whatever. Yeah. But like, I be sick. I be like, gosh, I'm in a rush. But I'm sensitive to where I'm like, that's somebody's kid. Like, that's just, I'm just very dramatic, I guess. Dramatic is a word I should have used. But sensitive, like, I just really be like feeling. Because people be like, I'm an empath. I don't know if I'm an empath. I just am sensitive. So I be feeling a lot. So yeah.
The one that stood out to me the most is you wanting to gather people, because that is how we all became close. She was always gathering us and other women together to form a bond and a connection with one another. So I just love that.
I live for it. It's cool. Thank you, Bookie.
So with the gathering tip too, how do you feel, being a woman and being a Black woman especially, how do you feel that trait has manifested itself in your life, and and why do you feel it's so important to who you are today?
So I'm a girl with 5 brothers, so I didn't know what sisterhood looked like growing up per se. Like from my own experience, I've seen it around, whatever. It's hard being vulnerable because it can harm you, it could bite back, it could whatever, but it's manifested in like just accepting the people God has planted and being like, wow, like these are people who love me. And it's kind of hard to accept sometimes because when you're so hard on yourself, you're like, why would someone love me for all that I am, like the bad stuff, the good stuff, whatever. But I don't know, like gathering has manifested as just me being able to see God's goodness in other people in different ways. So what's next? What's next?
That was like really good.
Thanks, gang.
So how'd you grow up?
Ooh,
I know
child.
it's such a big question, but I feel like a lot of the things that make us who we are today come from in our
Where we
roots,
started.
truly, like from like,
Yeah.
Genesis.
So I always used to say I grew up in a broken home, whatever. So, but my parents, it's not even like a broken home. My parents was never together. Like there were 2 18-year-olds being fast and I came out about. So it's like, oh, child. So that's already, messy. And then my mom lived in like North Florida. My dad lived in Miami, South Florida. So it's going back and forth between households. So with that, I learned that love is possession versus love being, I care for you, you care for me, loving them for who they are. So, and that manifested in my adult life. And I just cracked that code like last year and I'm 24 years old. But like just realizing I love as in like you're mine, you can't go nowhere. To show you that I love you is owning you, and that's very unhealthy. So that's kind of how I grew up, but it was still love. Like that's all they knew. So like hurt people, and people only know how to meet you where they're at. But so I appreciate it. It was real love, but it just wasn't a healthy love that I developed even romantically from my family. But I grew up full of surrounded by people who adore me and appreciate me and care for me. And of course we have our struggles, family, mess, drama, whatever, but it was just a lot of love, a lot of old Jamaicans, but it was cool. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, 5 brothers. So it's like a lot of, my brother's not rough. They just boys and I love them. I adore them. And then what else growing up? So family dynamic, raised Christ is what I've been following. I definitely fell off and was fumbling and acting a fool at the beginning of college. And I feel like, but it's like God was always there. Like there's never a time, even in my mess, that God wasn't right there being like, we got work to do. So try to represent me a little better. And I'd be like, okay, sorry, God, sorry. So yeah, Christian, raised up old Jamaicans, Christian. And then, what else? Yeah, child. Grew up insecure. Grew up like just feeling like I wasn't enough or feeling like I didn't fit. Like this whole friendship concept is foreign to me coming into college just because it's like I'm used to like being alone, not trusting people, and with valid reasons. But it's like you can't build something without being vulnerable. Like, right. So you have to try. But yeah,
that's a real scary realization. The whole you can't build bonds unless you try, and especially I resonate with your saying to where it's hard to trust sometimes because you really gotta open yourself up to being in positions where I want to get close and maybe this relationship might be good for me, but you're so used to doing it alone and having to do it by yourself that it sometimes can be very hard and scary. That's real. That's so real.
Yeah, girl. Well, I'm blessed. I can never say like, oh, I had the worst childhood. I had a good life. I have a good life. I'm grateful.
Okay, what would you tell your past self at a specific age and what you needed to hear? Initially, I just think of my 19-year-old self. I'm sure that my whatever age 6th grade is, she needs to hear like, don't give people too much weight. Like they don't determine who you are. But my 19-year-old self needed to hear like, you have made mistakes. You are not a mistake. You're okay. Because I was so hard on myself when I was dabbling into the world doing what I shouldn't have been doing that it's like I felt like I couldn't come back from it. Or even the same to it's like I learned the same lessons over and over again because at my 22-year-old self, was it 22? Yeah, I was so hard on myself but I was doing something I shouldn't be doing. And as a sensitive person, knowing that you're sensitive, you shouldn't be trying to do hard body stuff. You shouldn't be trying to,
you know, keep up with the stuff when it's not even you. And my dad has said that recently, like, don't ever take no advice that's not you, because you're not gonna be able to sustain it. You're gonna be pretending. I'm like, oh Lord, he ate that one. He ate that one.
Shout out Daddy.
Yeah, he ate that one. But yeah, I would tell just any past version of myself, like, you've made mistakes, you're not a mistake. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, Grace, oh my gosh, every time I think about Grace, I'd be like, man, I don't know where I would be or who I would be without learning that concept, because I'd be hard on me, which also makes me hard on other people, and it's not fair. So it's like, if you can't forgive yourself, you can't forgive nobody else. Yeah. So then it's like you're holding weight on them that was never theirs, and you're holding weight on yourself that was never yours. It'd be a mess, dog. But yeah, I would just tell her, you have made mistakes, you're not a mistake. And no mistakes you make or have made with genuine repentance can outweigh the love God has for you. Like, no matter how heavy it feels, you're okay. You can come back. So yeah.
That's so real. I feel like it's, we hear grace and we're like, yes, grace, like God loves us, and through grace, like we're given essentially a clean slate. But in practice, like, how did you come to that? Because you know, you were speaking to your 19-year-old self, you're speaking to your 22-year-old self, and it's clearly the woman that's sitting here today had to do some work to be able to first unpack and then rewrite that. So what did some of that look like?
Dog, I don't even know, because it's like God will be like shaking my shoulders, like, do you hear me? Like, I took the weight off of you. And I'd be like, no, it's mine. Like, I did all this crazy stuff, I'm sorry. And he's like, I've been took that from you. But like, shout out Joyce Meyer, because, or is it Joyce Myers? Anyways, love you, sorry. From when I was younger, I used to watch her sermons, but she has a book called the Confident Woman Devotional. So like I said, I grew up so insecure that I was like, I need something that'll boost me. And it's not even that I want to feel so pretty, I want to feel so awesome, I want to feel enough, I want to feel worthy, I want to feel like, no, like, you know, if you lose a man, do you hate yourself now? Like, or if your friends are mad at you, do you feel like you're the worst person ever? If you get fired, are you a loser? Like, no, like, I want to feel enough regardless. And I know that's what God has for me. So that book has helped a lot, because it's daily devotionals just talking about different ways and different scriptures that tell you, like, you know, you're imperfect, you're going to fall short, you're this, you're that. But at the end of the day, your identity is somewhere way bigger, and you're worthy of love. Like, you're okay. So that book has helped me a lot. But I also say, like, just prayer, child. That's about it.
So any takeaways, like, what do you feel this season of your life now looks like?
Child, 24.
Big 24.
Oh goodness. 24. I just want to live, like, because it's not even funny seeing people your age or younger than you, like, pass away and stuff like that. Not to make it super dark, but like, I keep seeing things like that, and I'm just like, you just never know. So definitely live to your fullest, like, try your best. And don't get me twisted, I'm not talking about doing all these crazy, you know, don't be jumping off nothing. I'm talking about doing things that make you smile, like, right, doing things that bring you joy, doing things that you'll remember, like what will make you fully joyful. Because I feel like I've been miserable for so long in my own mind, and it's unintentional, because people be like, you so silly, you so this, you so that. But like, I feel like the people like, when people be saying the people you see laughing the most or making people laugh, they be in that head, boy. Like, I be tripping on myself, and it's debilitating sometimes. And I'm not even gonna lie to you, I feel like sometimes the enemy gets me so bad in my head that he blocks me from praying for others. And it's so scary, because sometimes you're the only person praying for somebody. So this season is claiming what God has for me, which is joy, yes, and peace of mind, and rebuking, like, every time you remember your sin, because whoever I'm talking to, I know you feel me, like, every time you remember your sin is an opportunity to forgive yourself again, or whoever, like, if somebody hurt you. But just going after what God has for me. So joy and peace of mind, and just life, because it's short, but it's good if you let it be. So yeah. Thank you.
That was good, bro. Like, I feel like there was a lot of nuggets. What for you stood out to what she was just?
The last part, okay, I'm sorry. The last part when you said don't be jumping off no buildings. You was just about to skydive. Oh, like last week.
That's not the point, though.
I didn't want to be the one, because
I had to put that out there.
But I didn't. I did I did. What was that thing called? I was on a harness thing.
She went No, it wasn't.
No,
Paris.
it was like zip lining or something.
Yeah, I did
but
zip lining.
You were saying I'm gonna go skydive. I'm like, whoa.
Indoor and outdoor, and I'm like, this girl was really fully just by herself too. Which you know what? That's brave of you, because you really were like,
Big mama. But yeah.
Let me just go jump off this plane by myself.
Whatever. Next question. But yeah. Anyways, guys, I'll close it out. You know that's me. Thanks for watching.
She said straight to the point.
Bye.